Hello church, trust you are well.
Welcome to our journey through Proverbs.
We want to encourage you to reflect on every proverb that we share with you.
We hope you enjoy the message today.
Good morning, church family. Today's proverb is Proverbs 19, verse 17. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. This is such a powerful image. When we think of someone that is poor, we think of someone who doesn't have money or doesn't have assets or doesn't have property. But this scripture is actually talking about something completely different. And it's a lot more than just not having money. In biblical times, when you were poor, it meant that you didn't have someone that could support you, or you didn't have a family or social network to provide for you. A lot of times we see scriptures about widows and orphans. Just think about Naomi in the book of Ruth. And the same thing with an orphan. There was no one to meet an orphan's needs. There was no family structure. And actually in biblical times, an orphan was someone who didn't have a father. Think about our society and the fatherless generation that there is. So when we see the word poor here, it's not just someone who doesn't have money. It's actually someone who doesn't have a protector. So when it says here, be generous to the poor, it's the same as in Matthew 25:35. When we read, Jesus says, if you give someone a glass of cold water, it's like you giving me a glass of water. This is the thing. When we give to the poor, we aren't giving to get something back. We give because we want to help, not to get something. So the writer here is saying, when you do that, it's as if you are lending to the Lord. And what a powerful image. You think you're lending to the poor, but actually you're lending to the Lord, and He will repay you for your deed. There's a big difference between lending and giving. Hopefully, we're all generous givers, but humanly, in our humanity, when we lend to someone, we expect that person to pay us back. And who better to lend to than the Lord? He created everything, He owns everything. And He's saying here, be generous to the poor and put me in your debts. Obviously, this isn't literally possible. We can't put the Lord in our debts. But He says, be generous. And it's like you're lending to me. And in terms of who you're lending to, who could be better to lend to than the Lord? When we are generous, we can never ever outgive God. And God looks at our generosity and He loves it. Why? Because God is a generous God. He is a giving God. He's a God who gave us His own Son, and He is a God who freely gives us all things. So He encourages us to be generous, to look out for those who don't have a protector. He will repay, He will protect, and He will provide for you as you look out for those who can never repay you. What a powerful image. We don't have anything to give that the Lord hasn't already given us. But if we are generous, we lend to the Lord and He will repay us. Today is the 24th of December, and my prayer for you today is that you will ask the Lord to come and guide you. And perhaps there's someone that you know who is poor, not in the physical sense, but someone who isn't being looked after. And I really pray that the Lord lays on your heart someone that He wants you to help, and that you take action and you help that person. Have an awesome day.